Hello, I'm Raph. I'm playing a Warforged Gloomforged named Styx. He is a Paladin and has been recently reawakened and is learning about the world around him with some new friends that he's just met.
Hey everyone, I'm Jared. I'm playing the character of Luther. He's a Dhampir. He is a fighter that specializes in firearms, a bit of an investigator, and I am the great uncle of Grinner.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm playing Tithla, the Goblin Ranger. She is a wonderful hunter and medical genius.
Hi, I'm Haz. I'm playing Theodore, the Satyr Druid, who's a kind of a charismatic Druid who's unwillingly taken Tithla under his wing as she's followed him through the forest for the past few months.
Hi, my name is Josh. I am from the Roll Together RPG stream, and I will be playing Killian Maxwell, a half-elf warlock who has come to Barovia. He was with the party previously but has lost them and has joined up with the Tempest Guild on their adventures.
G'day, I'm Tom. I'm playing Jonor, the Aasimar wizard. He is on the pursuit of good and evil, finding out the best and worst in this world, and he's doing that with a little bit of naivety and optimism.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Curse of Strahd campaign. A warning, gentle viewer. Curse of Strahd is a horror-themed Dungeons & Dragons campaign, which means you may hear adult language or adult themes throughout this episode. Hello! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Lost Archives. We are here. We are playing Curse of Strahd, the premier horror 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign. We are ready. We are excited. This is going to be a really, really fun session. Now, we have one apology for tonight. It is an unexpected one. Jared, who said he could make it, was all good to go. We're all ready to have him back in. Forgot it was a public holiday in Victoria, and for some reason that public holiday has prevented him from attending. I would like to point out that we have 2 other players here who it also was a public holiday for, who have attended. Therefore, I am gifting Jared, as punishment, a disadvantage that I can spend at my point of choice or at the player's suggestion. I will take it under advisement. If at any point the players feel like when we get Jared back next week that he deserves the disadvantage,
Death saving throws.
I mean, it's up to you. You can choose as a group. I will allow you to. It's going to be a democracy situation.
I vote on death saving throws.
Okay. In that case, then it sounds like it's for the next time he has to do a death saving throw, as per Jacob's instructions.
I'm just glad that we're not going into a heavy combat session without our primary damage dealer. That's what I'm thankful for personally.
It doesn't have to be a heavy combat session. I mean, you guys can approach this however you want.
No,
yeah, we can run away.
Let's spend the whole session talking between us.
Raspip's back.
You can join. You can join them. You can join the Druids. There's a spot for you, Theo. They're ready to welcome you with open arms and a blight core to tear out your heart and replace it with this strange overgrown seed.
I like turning into a bear. It really ruined my whole vibe. Not if you left with a really shitty stat spread.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, that's fair. So that's our one apology. You will not hear Luther's dulcet tones tonight. I will play Luther once again. Tom is with us. His camera's just off the moment while he enjoys some dark chocolate. I think that's what he's doing. I'm going to say that's what he's doing. It is now canon. That's what Tom's doing. For everyone who was waiting on the Disco Elysium episode, had some issues with the YouTube copyright situation, but it is now resolved. So I am doing a full playthrough of Disco Elysium, one of the best RPGs ever made of all time, hands down. Particularly 2 people in this group who I think should really play it and we get a lot out of it. That's Raph and Jacob. If the 2 of you haven't heard of or haven't played this before, I really do recommend that you 2 play it. I think you 2 in particular would really enjoy it. Has Tom and Andrew. It's not that I don't think you'd enjoy it. I just think that
I've started playing it.
You have?
You think they can't read?
You're enjoying it?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a very confusing start going in completely blind.
Yes. Yeah. It's the greatest start to a game ever. You start the game with a completely black screen and your brainstem, the ancient reptilian brain, talking to you directly. So the basic outline of the game is that you are an amnesiac cop whose psyche has fragmented and is now personified. So like your imagination, your aggression, your empathy, they've all become these separate entities that talk to you and have goals that they want to have you like achieve for them, and they have like biases, things they're good at, things they're not good at, and they're all, depending on where you put skills in, will chime in more or less and try and influence you in certain ways. And all your skills are rolling against those fragments of your psyche. It's really fun. It's a 2d6
cool.
system. It's really cool. So for Raph and Jacob, I do recommend you check out the playthrough, which is now up on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. Episode 1 is there. The only issue with Disco Elysium is the music. It's fucking stunning and heavily copyrighted because it's by a band called Sea Power, and they had specific permission to use some of the songs in the game, but not if you're a streamer. I didn't know this before I had recorded most of my sessions of it, and when I uploaded them, YouTube got very, very cross with me. I have now fixed this. It turns out there is a streamer mode you can enable on the game, which turns off the copyright music. Most of it, but not all of it. I've still had to go through and do my own editing, so now the game will work without YouTube screaming at me and yelling at me. So if you wanted to watch that, I do thoroughly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. I think better you should go play the game, but probably worth watching an episode or two to see if it's kind of your thing. It's very nihilistic, but the world building, and this is why I think Raph in particular really love it, Raph, the world building is incredible. It's a completely like steampunk-esque world, but the lore and the history is just so well fleshed out, and it's so interesting. I really think
very keen to check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds awesome.
When's your birthday, Raph?
Other end of the year.
Okay.
September.
Okay, that's all right. Might get an early birthday
Surprisingly
present.
not that far away anymore.
No.
I still think that it's February, but it's not.
It's
No,
June.
it's really not.
Yeah, and we're almost halfway through June too, if that's not horrifying enough.
That's not okay.
No, it's not. That's the only fun thing I have to say. So if you want to go check that out, I think everyone who enjoys Curse of Strahd, you'll really like Disco Elysium, because it's just as dark and just as crazy and wild as the Belinsky episodes that we have, just as random in those moments. So we are going to be, I'm going to be playing through the whole game. You can check it out. I'd love to do a blind playthrough with Raph, actually, just to get like a highlights of his impressions as he plays it for the first time, because as Has points out, going in blind and having no idea what's going on is a unique experience. It's
It
incredible.
was super confusing.
Super
I
confusing.
eventually worked out what was going on, but my wife and I just sat there like, fuck is this? We were told this was good.
But it's the
Then we got
greatest
out,
opening
and then
ever
that
when
kid-
your brainstem goes, "There's nothing you need to do anymore. Never, ever, ever." And you're like, your options are like never, ever, ever, or like cough up some more sweet oblivion. So I'm like, yeah, cough up some more sweet oblivion. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. It's just incredible. The voice acting is stellar.
I was told when I had to make up a name, and it let me pick like Horatio Ambrosius III or something.
Yeah. If you introduce yourself as the law enough, your name is just Officer. And then from then on, everyone just calls you Officer. Or you can be Krasmazov, who's the leader of the Communist Party 50 years ago. If you pick one random unhinged dialogue choice and you go, I might be Krasmazov. And then from then on, everyone starts to believe that you're this communist leader reborn. It's really funny. It's really good. It's a great game.
So there seems to be a lot of that.
It's so good. I do thoroughly recommend it. It's a game you can play like 5 or 7 times back to back, doing different things each time, and it doesn't get boring. And it's different enough every time, and crazy things happen that you don't worry about the fact you're doing it multiple times. It's good like that. So yeah, you can check out all those playthroughs. They'll be coming up on YouTube over the next couple of days, dropping every couple of days. So please, if you're enjoying it, let me know in the comments. If there's any other games you want me to check out, let me know in the comments. I'll check them out. That's the only other fun side content I have before we start. But Andrew has a fun story, which we were talking about some like nostalgia moments, and Andrew revealed a little truth factor that none of us knew, but tickles our pickles something fierce. Andrew, could you take us through what you know about the piracy intro that played on every DVD and VHS?
Yeah, I only just recently discovered that that the music that goes on the anti-piracy ads from the 2000s that everybody would have seen.
Oh yeah.
That music was pirated. The
It's
guy
still
who
funny.
made it while only giving permission for a one-off use for a small film festival, and absolutely every single DVD distributor, VHS distributor throughout the 2000s absolutely ripped it off without his consent or permission or paying him any money at all. And he proceeded to sue the living shit out of everybody.
Good for him.
That's
awesome.
incredible. For context, if you don't know what this is, it's the bit that goes, "You wouldn't steal a car, you wouldn't download a copy machine." the really dumb shit is at the beginning of every DVD and VHS.
You wouldn't steal some intro music, yes.
Well, yeah, we would.
It's pretty funny. Because it was on everything. Every single DVD, VHS, it was everywhere. And I wondered why it suddenly stopped appearing. I just thought they'd realized it was shit, but no.
No, they everybody realized they had to pay for it at that point forward.
Cease and desist will do that. It's crazy what a cease and desist will prevent happening. It's weird. That's incredible. That's a great factoid. It's a great start. That is fun.
The other fact that I have is that it was Jared's birthday only a day or two ago.
It was Jared's birthday. Yeah. It was on Sunday, I believe.
Everybody make sure, please, to congratulate Jared.
Yeah, and we were going to give him a birthday inspiration, but I guess he still gets his birthday inspiration, but he also gets a poor attendance dispiration to deal with. So
he's very dispired.
Yes, he's very dispired. It should be dispired.
How does that relate to perspire?
He perspires too much. I'm giving a penalty for that
he
too.
Does that regardless.
He's a sweaty man, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
not that I'm in a position to judge for that, but I'm going to anyway.
I don't think any of us are. We're sitting here playing D&D live on the internet. I think we're
just
all
on stream.
Yeah. All right. That's getting clipped. Let's start the session so that we can move on. The shit I will voluntarily do in moments that, and I know that there's an audience watching, and I know this stuff's forever on the internet. For some strange reason, the shit I am willing to do and will voluntarily do, it never ceases to amaze me.
You're a war for likes. You are what you are.
I'll even take the thumbs down. It's engagement. It helps the algorithm. So let's do our introduction. Let's jump into the session before it is too late, and we have just spent the whole evening talking about piracy and the ironic nature of the piracy music. Our series has been following the adventures of the Tempest Adventuring Guild, Theo, Luther, Jonor, Grinner, and Tithla. Having become trapped within the realm of Barovia while searching for some missing adventurers, the team have been travelling west in hopes of an escape from this dark land. After receiving news of an attack on the Wizard of Wine's vineyard by the druids of Yester Hill, the party have rushed to help their friends at the vineyard. Along the main road, the team bumped into an old acquaintance, a gnome sorcerer called Raspip the party had previously worked with back in Vallaki. After discovering Raspip's goal was to wipe out the druids for attempting to steal from him, an alliance was forged. Before they could arrive at the winery, however, the team was stopped by Stefania Martikov, the daughter of the winery owner, Davian. Leading the way through a secret camp, they met with Lara Martikov, older sister of Davian, who was very keen to plan an attack on the druids. Providing vital information on the druids and the status of the vineyard, the team spent the remaining time planning and gathering further intel. The chosen approach? Theo and Styx would offer themselves as combined bait and distraction for the druids, allowing the others to silently approach and ready for an ambush. The plan basically worked perfectly, a lone druid immediately approaching Theo, and after some back and forth, challenging Theo to single combat. Taking advantage of this druid-on-druid distraction, the others moved forward, quickly discovering blights hiding amongst the vines. Meanwhile, Styx made it inside the farmhouse and discovered a number of other druids watching the fight. However, he was able to pretend to be a mindless construct. Sensing the presence of the rest of the party through their blights, the druids summoned an enormous tree blight to take out this threat, calling it Winter Splinter. The party's cover now blown, combat erupted. Despite taking some heavy hits, the party were victorious, smiting the druids in their blights before taking out this evil tree. While Styx and Tithla looked over the unconscious druid the party had captured, Luther and Jonor began to use their combined magic to help repair the now partially collapsed roof of the main building. Once the prisoner awoke, Theo and Jonor employed illusion magic to trick her and ask some questions about the druids of Yester Hill, the zone of truth Styx had cast, enforcing truthful answers only. Learning all they needed, the druid was quickly disposed of, just in time for Lara to return from scoping the rest of the property, checking for danger. Speaking with them, Lara learned the actions of the party in the Abbey of St. Markovia, and with the knowledge the corruption of the abbot had been undone, Lara revealed the truth of the Martikov family. A secret society of were-ravens, spanning generations, had been gathering information and intelligence, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Taken below the winery into a large chamber full of scrolls, books, and journals, the team discussed their situation with Lara and Stefania, learning of a holy weapon empowered with divine light which could help them face the powers of Strahd and Sergei. Jonor revealed he might already have the handle and crossbar taken from the attic of the Vlakovich family during the bloodless coup. Styx seemed to have a strange pull toward the hilt, and upon touching it, it was revealed that Styx had in fact been forged from the blade of the Sunsword, the sentient magic item transformed into a warforged. With Davian and his son Elvir currently in the clutches of the druids at Yester Hill, the team were divided on how to approach the situation, Theo wanting to start the rescue mission immediately, while Jonor was keen for naps. While Jonor took his quick nap, Theo, Tithla, and Styx used the records of the Keepers to search for information, learning the ritual the druids intended to perform likely required a blood moon to work, the next eclipse being due in a few days' time. Jonor's dreams during his nap time soon strayed into prophecy once again, revealing the druid ritual chamber below Yester Hill. His curiosity, though, soon brought him back to the swamps around the ruins of Berez, keen for another go at putting the hag who lives there in her place. This time, though, things did not go as planned. The tables turned on Jonor, leaving him trapped within a nightmare. And that is all that went down last session. It was a spicy, spicy time. We're going to jump straight back in. First with Raspip. Raspip, while the rest of the party were invited below into this secret chamber, Lara but Lara was less keen to have you down there, not really knowing much about you beyond your proclivity, shall we say, for defending your personal property with a reckless abandon.
Death and murder, I think.
Yeah, yes. Let's call it what it is. As such, you were kind of left on the surface. At this point, I sort of figured that Raspip was likely to not trust most of the vines that were in the vineyard, believing that some of them could be blights during the conflict. Raspip had a bit of trouble with blights stabbing his legs and trying to keep him tied up, so Raspip spent probably a good half an hour just burning any suspicious-looking plants that he could see in the vineyard, and then burning the corpses of some of the druids as well after he kind of got bored and ran out of plants to burn. It's at this point the party re-emerged, Styx coming back up to have a bit of a chat to you, and together you went through the possessions of some of the druids who'd been trapped in the collapsed building and crushed by the falling roof, at which point the rest of the party dropped below, Luther emerging to the surface and sitting with you to have a bit of a chat while the two of you watched the sort of slow sunset over the horizon. You have had a long rest during that time, so any damage that your character has taken, you may now rest. The rest of the party had also taken a long rest as well. Styx, Tithla, Theo, you'd all taken a rest. Jonor, we discussed last session as a result of your failed sanity check and your, shall we say, nightmare experience with Babalai Saga.
I'd say full-blown nightmare from the sound of things.
Full-blown nightmare. Yeah, you had gained a fear, which is a new part of the mechanic that we're just starting to uncover with the sanity and madness. As a result of you failing your sanity check, you are now enjoying a fear. I mean, we can discuss your fear now if you like, or we can save it until it comes up in the moment. Up to you.
I think it'll come up at some point, probably. Cool. I'm happy to run it that way.
Easy done. In that case, then we will discover Jonor's fear organically. Jonor and I had a bit of a chat behind the scenes to figure out what we thought the most appropriate form this fear might take, and I think we both had very similar parallel trains of thought on what Jonor would be scared of following that conversation.
It's women, isn't it?
It's women, yeah. I knew that was coming.
Now.
I knew that was coming. I was hoping you'd say it as Worman to honor Disco Elysium in that moment as well. No, it is. We'll have to see. As Lara walks in to check on you, Jonor, you're not scared of Lara. As the rest of you all awaken, Jonor, your rest is not a restful one as a result of your nightmare and your prolonged experience being trapped within Babalai Saga's realm. You have actually taken a point of exhaustion. So you get the long rest, but you also take a point of exhaustion as a result of some sense of this. It's almost like the sleep wasn't restful, is the only way I can possibly describe that, given your experiences. And it feels like maybe there's an element of your vitality that has been affected by this.
I say stuff him. He doesn't get the spell slots back either.
Given the entire reason
pretty good.
Jonor went rogue
That's
and had a
pretty
nat
good.
was to get his
Yeah.
spell slots, that'd be brutal.
I'm not bitter.
Tastes spiteful. Okay, I respect it. Let's say that Jonor loses all of his high level spell. No.
3 levels.
3
Never
levels.
gets it back.
He loses 3 levels. No. Obviously, not that happens.
And life. He loses his life.
Yeah, Tom, could you roll me out the new
It's
character,
rough.
please? We need a chance. If you could.
Dead. Yeah, no, they're dead.
Sick. No. As you all awaken and begin making your way upstairs, the rooms downstairs, while being fairly comfortable, I'd say by this point being cooped up in this underground bunker, essentially. While well furnished and quite opulent inside, the walls are quite tight. And for those of you who haven't spent a lot of time underground, which I'm thinking is probably all of you, I don't think any of you would have spent particularly long periods of time underground. There is this kind of claustrophobia inherent in a place designed in this way. I mean, for a start, the roof is only sort of like 6'5" high. Anyone who is tall is just underneath this. I'd say even Theo, with your sort of long, luscious mane and your horns. Luckily, they're curled down and around rather than up and over. Because you'd have a bit of trouble. You'd be scraping on the ceiling if they were up and over. But there's an element of claustrophobia in this place. Imagining days, weeks, and months of the Keepers of the Feather hidden away, transcribing notes at the tiny desk. Pretty depressing to think about how many lives were spent in this room recording what they'd seen for future generations. Even though that information has proved very, very helpful in your quests, there's a sadness as well. So as you all sort of finish your long rest and begin making your way upstairs, Luther, who spent that time with Raspip having a bit of a chat. Raspip, what would you chat to Luther about? What would your conversation be with Luther?
I would be trying to find some topics that may be mutually of interest, like how much I enjoy setting fire to things,
Luther's not that interested
how
in that.
much I enjoy damaging and injuring people who have done me wrong,
Yeah, Luther's also struggling with that one too.
and
Or perceived
how
to have
much.
done you wrong. Not
Yeah, it doesn't have
necessarily
to have done
actually
what
had.
you've done, yeah.
No, they don't have to have done anything as long as I've taken it in a bad way. Yes. Yeah. I would also probably say we could talk about cats. Maybe Raspip is a cat fan.
Oh, Luther's a cat
but-
person. Yeah, 100%. There's no way Luther's a
there
dog
we go.
person.
Yep.
Yeah.
knew they were
I'm not. Well, let's move on from dismemberment. Yeah, cats are great. I'm happy to stick on this topic and never come back to the discussion of setting fire to property or people ever again.
Yes, I do like cats very much.
Do you have a cat? Like, do you have any pets?
I have several cats. I just don't know where any of them are right now.
That's what I love about
But
cats, though.
I'll
They're
find
independent.
At some point.
They're just exactly. They just do their own thing, and yeah, I love that.
Well, that's it. Nobody can really own a cat. It's just
Yeah, you're owned by the cat.
they-
You're
they
like the
do their
cat's
own thing
property.
and-
It's at that point that the rest of the party come up and see Raspip and Luther sort of nodding as they talk about cats.
It's weird when Luther was having a chat with that thing in the last Blinsky episode. Forget what it was.
Oh,
The rabbit. The rabbit thing.
I prefer rabbits. I love how soft their fur is as I stroke it. Sorry, we're talking about cats. Yes, the rest of you emerge from the bunker.
Well, are you nice and rested, Jonor? Are we going to go save some lives now, or do you want to perhaps get your nails done or kick back, have a margarita or two before we head out?
He sort of looks at you and then like looks into the distance, sort of looks around to the side, come back. I'm sorry?
Oh, so you're not even rested? Oh, by all means, go have a nap.
No, I'm good. I'm pretty good, thank you.
The bags under
let's not go
Jonor's
back.
eyes speak of a. He doesn't look rested. Oh, actually, Jonor, do you want to make us a performance check if you're trying to hide how unsatisfying your sleep was? Because
I don't think he's trying to hide it.
Oh, cool then.
That's just the way he is at this point.
Yeah, don't even worry.
Well, I'm sure Damien and his friends had are roughly probably at the better sleeps than you. So I mean, you're so hard done by right now.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we're going there. Yeah, no, we should. Yeah, look, we got time. We got time. It's okay. We're all right. It's the blood moon. Yeah, plenty of time.
Yeah, but I'm sure being tortured by evil druids is a wonderful time for him.
No, it wouldn't be. No, it's awful.
But if you are ready, shall we grab the others and head off?
Yeah,
Raspip, I see you are much more involved at the moment. Are you going to be joining us on our trip to Yester Hill?
Yeah, I've got some people there that have annoyed me at least a little bit. Yeah, I'll tag along.
So it could be set some ground rule. I mean, I'm all for complete torching of all the druids, but we do have some friends in there that we need to be not burnt. So before we go nuclear on them, just if they look like a winemaker / raven, don't burn them. If they look like a scary druid, burn them.
How about you point them out, and I'll try my best.
I'll take what I can get. All right. Styx, Tithla, Jonor, are you all ready?
I am.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't we be ready?
We can go.
This is a very important matter.
Yeah, the tree. Look, I had a dream that this tree was the ritual was taking place, and geez, it is hard to get back to that. I think something bad definitely has gone on that tree, so we definitely should get going. But there's a hidden room and beneath the tree. You know, we're talking about this the route that traveled down into the ground leading to a chamber. Like that's exactly what I've seen. So we should continue that.
Oh, I'm glad there is urgency now, but onwards and upwards.
Brilliant.
Yester Hill.
As you begin making your way out of the yard.
Do you think that we could maybe plan a little bit more? Maybe have a late breakfast?
We could probably plan as well. I think we have a couple of hours to Yester Hill, so...
Yeah, I just thought it might be better if we drag this out a bit more.
While I appreciate it a bit, I would be quite eager to get going. Tithla, we have friends that are in danger. We do not leave friends behind. You know this.
No, I'm well rested.
Well,
we can go.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry. I can't believe that. I'm sorry. Let's go.
As you begin working your way down the driveway, you see this flurry of movement behind you, and emerging from inside the house, you see Stefania rushing out, Lara close behind her. No, you're not going. This is final. It's my brother and my father. I am going. I'm going to help those adventurers. And you watch as Stefania rushes forwards and grabs onto your shoulder, Theo, almost like putting you in between her and Lara. My reconnaissance from the air would be incredibly helpful to help. And Theo could talk to minds. He could talk to me in Raven form.
And whilst that would be undoubtedly helpful, I can already commune with animals. It is not worth putting yourself at risk. But here, we knew what was in store for us, and it was much more safe. There, your people have died going there before anyway. I see.
Well, what if I could almost guarantee that she weren't to perish in battle?
And how would you guarantee this?
Well, my thought is that it's more the merrier there, and I was thinking about just turning her into something a bit more useful than a shitty little raven.
Well, in that case, I'd prefer if Lara were to come. She's more combat ready than the child. Lara, if you're willing to accompany us, we'd be happy to help you, but I understand if you have to take care of Stefania. Regardless, we will save your family if our delay did not cost them their lives.
I'm more than happy to come, and I think we needed to make sure we were ready, but I can't trust this can't trust this little miss here not to disobey my orders the second I fly out of here. And I'm not going to lock her up in a room downstairs or something. Not if those bastards come back, she can't get out. I wish I could trust you, Stefania, but I can't right now. And I could go help these people if you made a promise that you would stay.
Stefania, I do not mean to be mean, but with Lara, you would having to try and protect you would put us in more dangers than your assistance would provide in this particular case.
Could you make me a persuasion check with advantage?
Why is it?
There you go. Go, Raspip. You can talk, Raspip, while that comes through. That's fine. You can keep.
I'm saying virtual tabletop.
Why?
I didn't launch it. That'd be one.
Why is it that that you don't think that there'd be a useful ally? Is it size related?
Yes, people much smaller than goblin size to me are essentially useless. No, I can't. No, because she's a child.
Raspip's fingers start sparking just a little bit at that comment. It just tips him over the edge just that little bit.
No,
it's just a small
joke. I don't think
joke,
you have any
Raspip.
idea what you're talking about. Quite possibly the smallest people that you've met on your adventures have been the strongest. They overcome challenges that you big folk don't need to overcome all the time. Therefore, I'd say that we're more battle ready than you biggies.
I spoke.
Yeah, we're so strong.
You measure up fantastically against any of us.
Yes, you know that I absolutely will. Last time we met, we sorted that out, didn't we?
We surely did. No, she must stay because she is but a child. Her whole life is ahead of her, and she has much to learn before she's ready to risk her life in these ways, and much to live before it's worth her sacrificing something like that. Her auntie said,
This is ageism, it's heightism, and I will not stand for it.
Well, you can stand for all you wish, but I'm not bringing a child onto a battlefield. The Goblin is cracking his short jokes. No, you're not very tall.
You have advantage for your
Yes, I
persuasion
looked down
check.
on you.
Yeah, so you can roll that again. So 14's your first one. You can roll that a second time. We'll take the highest. 12. We'll take the 14. You watch as Stefania sort of slowly nods. But it's my father, it's my brother. How can I not help?
You've already helped enough. You do not know how much you've already done. It is out of your hands now, and we will do everything we can to save them. You being there would hinder the operation. If you want to help, truly help, staying here and only coming to Yester Hill to alert us if the druids have slipped past us and made it back to here to kidnap the remaining Martha cops. That would be helpful. We need someone to guard the vineyard. There is always the chance they will come back, and we're only going to go in one direction to Yester Hill. If they go a more circumvent route, then we need to know if they're behind us.
I can.
I'll.
Oh, yeah, sorry, no, Styx, you go.
If you die and we save your family, what then? We will save your family. Do not add more grief to their lives. Live.
She sort of locks in, her eyes sort of switching between left and right. She tries to sort of figure out exactly where to look with your eye sticks, sort of just focusing just in the very center, nodding. I mean, the teeth are they draw the eye quite a bit, the real teeth set into the faceplate before she sort of like just focuses on the eye, nods slowly and goes, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll set some traps around the edge. I'll try and secure the vineyard in case the druids come back. We've got some stuff that I can use to help put some traps together. Luther sort of nods for a second and goes, I know a little bit about gunpowder, black powder, I call it. I've got a fair bit saved up. why don't I just follow you guys? I'm like, I'll be 5 minutes behind you, and I'll just help Stefania set up a couple of traps. I'll be right behind you, and I'll rush. I can get to you guys pretty quickly. I've got a way that I can get there fast.
No, I don't think that makes a lot of sense.
You don't think we should try and secure this area if like all of its protectors except Stefania are leaving?
I think Stefania has this courage. She'll be in Raven form. She'll just fly. Like, she needs to do no defense. The traps won't help. All she must do is fly and get us. That's all we need.
All right. Just thought it might be prudent to set a few traps around and make sure this area is secure.
No, you are not getting out of this fight.
Jared's not here. It's
No
not
matter
fair.
how much you want.
Shouldn't be playing his character when he's not here.
Yeah, but we need like 80% of our DPS.
Anyone else?
You know I scale combat based on who's here.
Well, we didn't. Now we do.
Yeah, I've said that from the very beginning. If anyone ever misses a session, I scale the combat.
Owen,
Of course
we
I
know
do.
that. It's funnier this way.
Okay. Thanks for that.
Raspip would really like to give the short little child a hug, which will be probably at eye level.
Thank you.
She's
Just
like
as
she's 18. She's like as tall as Jonor.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
So it's not at eye level. As you like hug her, you're like up to her waist. It's a bit weird actually.
Okay. While I go in for a hug, Raspip is going to whisper, "You can come with us if you like. I have a plan."
What's your plan?
And as he does that, he is going to, basically tell her, "If you wait for me, I can bring you with us."
Okay.
Can we put
Then Raspip is going to disengage from her, but he's going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. And so you can hear the surface thoughts of those around you. You can hear.
I would hope
Yeah.
that given the fact that I'm providing a way to let her join us, or to join me specifically, that she would deliberately fail the test to be able to allow beyond surface level thoughts there. So
That's the next question I was going to say.
Communication from her.
So detect thoughts, verbal and somatic components to this, I believe, from memory, correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely
That's
right.
fine.
Journal,
Yeah.
you get that.
I mean, all of you watch as Raspip goes, like makes hand signs and starts speaking in Eldritch in Arcane. No,
I'm going to be using a sorcery point to
do
get rid
subtle
of the verbal
spell.
and the somatic.
You're doing the soul spell
Nice.
justice.
There is no sign. Raspip, you just do like the Witcher signs with the with your hands, and that's it. That's all that's required. No one sees this. As you give like a wink to Stefania and then cast this spell, she is going to choose to fail the spell, trusting you to potentially be not up to mischief that's not aligned with her mischief in this case, shall we say. And as soon as you're able to get into her deeper thoughts, you can hear her thinking, I want to help. I just don't want to get caught. I don't want to get in trouble for it, but I definitely want to help.
Beautiful.
Brilliant.
Raspip is gonna just like make his way to stand at the back of the group, take a step back from everybody. I'm assuming that that they're sort of standing here at the front.
Yeah, we can. I just had everyone there so I could copy them across to some new maps. But we can take that as a marching order. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. I just want to move. Yeah, I just want to move to the back. Basically, I've got minor illusion. My plan is to sort of make a minor illusion behind everybody that nobody's looking at, other than her, so that I can communicate some form of plan there.
Easy done. You guys watch as Raspip goes over, gives Stefania a hug. It looks a bit awkward, and then he steps back, and Stefania sort of looks down a bit intensely at him, and then sort of shakes her head, and then nods, and then like looks and goes, "All right, I'll go. I'll go keep an eye on the land. I'll stay on the roof as a raven and see if I can see anything. I'll stay out of sight in the shadows."
That's good. Just be safe. Like I said, if you were to come, you would just endanger yourselves and us and your family. So please stay here, stay safe, and just alert us if they come. If they manage to slip behind us and come behind us, we will all die. So your role is critical. And if you were to say abandon it, it would be potentially catastrophic for everyone.
You watch as she slowly nods, looking unsure. Theo.
I don't do anymore.
With that, you watch as Lara finally goes, right, great. Are we doing this or what? Follow me. I'll lead you to Yester Hill. Stay back. I'm going to be in Raven form. You can talk telepathically, right?
Yes, I can.
I'll let you know.
I can also talk to ravens.
You talk to ravens.
Yes.
Specifically ravens.
Bird ravens, yes.
Sorry.
Yes, it is not.
Are there other types of ravens that aren't birds? You said bird ravens.
None that I'm allowed to talk about.
Okay.
First rule of Raven Club is not to talk about the Raven Club.
What's a Raven Club?
Exactly.
Well, that is their club.
It's actually a murder of ravens, I believe we use. I'm gonna do onto raven.
I didn't say anything about killing people.
That's exactly what we're on our way to do. That's literally the plan, is to go and kill the druids.
Yeah.
All right.
And that cat, wherever it fucking is.
Yeah. So Raspip's cat's there.
Yeah, one of Raspip's cats. The one that he turned into a dog slowly comes up and nudges him. One back in Valaki that he polymorphed into a dog. With that, you watch as Lara transforms into Raven form, now only able to speak through Mind Link to Theo or by coring.
Tithla goes to talk.
What do you say, Tithla? What are you saying to Lara in if we were to translate it from Raven to Common?
No, Tithla's just making noises.
Oh, cool. I thought for a second you might have some ranger thing.
Nope.
No, cool. As you start coring, you watch as Lara cocks her head in Raven form, and then in Theo's mind you hear, she can't talk to ravens, can she?
No, she cannot. She tells what we would consider lies, what she would consider alternate truths.
No, she can talk to them. They just can't talk back.
Yeah, in all fairness, Tithla thinks she's telling the truth. To Tithla, she can talk to the crows or the ravens.
Lara flaps up into the air and begins taking off down the road. Not fast enough that you can't lose pace with her, but fast enough to kind of keep you guys moving a bit quickly. As you all take off after her, Luther as well, sort of pulling out.
As soon as that happens, Owen.
Yep.
As soon as everybody turns and basically starts following the Raven, I'm going to use Minor Illusion basically in front of this child's face,
Stefania?
basically
Yep.
alerting them to walk. Stefania, basically alerting them to walk into the vineyards out of sight of the rest of the party, somewhere like over here.
Yep. She does that.
And
Yep, she does
I
that.
am going to, as soon as they're out of sight, I'm basically going to take a little bit of a step around the corner to be able to see her. And then I'm going to polymorph her into a hermit crab.
Interesting choice.
And then I'm going to mage hand her and put her in my pocket.
This happens. Could I get you to make
Does
me?
it?
Could I get you to make me a stealth check to see how sneakily this happens?
I will be using another subtle spell in order to
I'm still
basically
gonna
ensure that I'm
need-
not using any verbal or somatic
I'm
components.
still going to
You're
need
gonna rock
that.
up
Just,
with nothing for this battle.
I'm still going to need that just
to
because.
endanger a child.
Just because a mage hand picking up a hermit crab and flying it over to you is not invisible.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing it obviously while everybody's turning over the other way.
Yeah. I just need a
but
stealth check. I just want to
totally
know how.
need
I just want to know how
that's not a
stealthy you are.
problem.
If it's a
That's
natural,
a 21.
It's a 21. That's perfect. That's exactly what I needed to know. As you polymorph Stefania into a hermit crab and then pick her up and quickly place her in your top pocket, you don't think anyone's the wiser with your your detect thoughts would disappear as soon as you cast polymorph because polymorph's concentration, correct?
Yep.
How long for?
Yes.
1 hour.
It's for 1 hour.
Okay. As you begin making your way down the road towards Yester Hill, which Raspip doesn't know how far away that is.
It's fine.
After an hour, as you begin making
There
your way
was
down the
open,
road.
vague conversations around it being hours.
Yeah, that's correct.
So he at least knows that.
Yep, that's fine.
As you begin making your way down the main road, moving quite quickly, you can see evidence of the Black Druids having passed this way. There are sections of the cobblestone and the side of the road that are being torn up, probably by the passage of that enormous tree, Winter Splinter, the blight tree that had completely destroyed the vineyard the outer sections of the vineyard when you guys got to the Wizard of Wine's vineyard. As you follow this pathway, Lara high above, occasionally dropping hints to Theo, pointing out things that you need to avoid. A pack of wolves just off the main road, which she directs you through a copse of trees to avoid, herself flying down to take their attention and lead them away to give you guys a bit of a chance to get past them. Further on, she spots a group of your favorite traveling peddlers, who again, she advises you avoid, not letting you get too close to the Vistani, not wanting you to be seen by this caravan of Vistani, taking you again off the main road through a copse of woods. It's while you're in the wilderness that you first pass an hour as you are off the main road. Raspip, I mean, you know this spell is starting to come to an end. You can feel the magic slowly waning and weakening. The hermit crab in your pocket sort of wriggling a little bit and occasionally increasing in size very slightly as the magic reaches its very limits.
I am going to expend a 3rd level spell slot and a 1st level spell slot using my sorcerer powers to cast polymorph yet again.
This is a really great use of your high level spell slots before
As
a big
face
battle.
right now is everything.
I
This
love
is outstanding. I'm waiting for the point where like Raspip's like, I cast counter. Oh no, I haven't got any spell slots left. I'm waiting for that moment because I know it's coming. You
That's
renew
fine.
the magic. Carries on. You continue making your way through this outer woodland section before getting back onto the main road again. After another 15-20 minutes of basically jogging at this point, the road begins to fall away. This section really not under any level of maintenance anymore. The cobblestone's overgrown and broken before the road is almost completely covered by this layer of dirt and rotting leaf matter. The woods around this area, Theo, to your eyes, having changed quite a bit. The plant life is not as rich, not as vibrant. The trees look sickly and spindly. Even the undergrowth seems to have been almost, to your eyes, poisoned. The land itself doesn't seem to be able to support the amount of vegetation that's here. It looks like someone has poisoned everything, salted the earth, and these plants are slowly dying. But they do still seem to be growing. It's this weird, very, very off-putting dichotomy that sits in your mind, rubbing against your thoughts like sandstone. Something is wrong here. Something is very wrong with the plant life. And as you begin moving through a section of trees, the tree line breaks, and before you, you can all see an enormous hill rising up from the forests around. At its top, a bone-white tree, huge, arms and branches and boughs reaching across the hill, casting a shadow that seems to cover almost the entire brown grass that just takes over this large mound of earth. Stones, enormous, almost carved like monoliths or menhirs, forming this ring of standing stones around the hill. Some of them overgrown with moss, some of them perfectly, pristinely clean. All of them partly damaged, broken, aged and weathered. And at the very top of the tree, underneath the boughs of this white, branched, gruesome-looking dead tree, you can see what looks like, from this distance, a figure hunched over the base of the tree. I'm going to bring you all across to the map of Yester Hill.
Let's go.
Taxi.
Let's go.
Let's go. Who thinks?
I say on this walk.
Who's gonna die?
Sorry,
That's
keep
more
going.
serious. No, I was going to talk about who's going to die first. So what you're saying is probably more important.
Look, in the aim of not dying, I think Jonor would protect himself a little bit more for the upcoming battle and layer on some
Mage
more
armor.
armor of his of that magical variety.
As you cast your mage armor, this time, Jonor, after your what should we call it? Your redemption of the abbot. You see the ghostly golden armor that sits around you before fading away into nothingness is now carved with this symbology of the sun, feathers and light in equal parts all across the armor as it takes on this slightly more holy looking appearance. Something Luther sort of notices, nods, and gives you a bit of a smile, flashing one of his long canine teeth. It's like, yeah, I liked it.
It's wholesome. I'd probably admire it as well.
It's damn fine. Is there anything else any of you guys would be doing on the walk? Good for me to know. Or the journey over?
No.
No.
I
Cool.
think just
Is
try
there
not
like
to freak out.
Is there like a one of those hearts? Are we bringing one of those along? Have we got one of the druid hearts?
Yeah, I got a briar heart.
Yeah, Jonah's got the bright heart.
Just tape it to the front of me to walk up for being incognito.
As we're walking along, I'll I guess those briar hearts. If I can trick them into thinking I am delivering this back, maybe I can get them to gather in one area and surprise them.
Why would you be delivering the briar heart?
I do not know. I thought it was a good idea in my head.
This is not bad. But then we have, I think they said 8 druids all to fight at once. The alternative, I guess, would be to try and find them one by one and take them out before the others are alerted.
I cannot be quiet.
No, I'll be a very loud bear. Okay, well, I'm happy to try your idea if you want to go lure them out. Where should we set? It's kind of hard to set an ambush on this bare rotting hill.
Correct. I do not know. I am not that smart.
Are you not like something?
I'm incredibly intelligent, and I just think we go in there guns blazing.
Well, I think a better approach, maybe not. I think a smarter thing to do would be to check out the area. I could get some clairvoyance, understand the environment, maybe perhaps have a look inside. That's another way. No, we shouldn't run in there straight away, I don't think.
Yeah,
How
if
far
you
are
have
we
some
from the
Yep.
Well,
Weren't we talking about sneaking in down the steps in the back to have a look?
I could distract them by gathering them around whilst you all get into position.
The secret way in was through the base of the tree, was it not? The main entrance through the hill was heavily guarded.
Yeah.
Well, if we find that hill, the back entrance, I could perhaps pop my eye in there and have a little bit of a look around.
What was that? Sorry, Haz?
Tom's just popping his eye in the back entrance.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Lara at this point comes and lands on your shoulders. You hear in your mind, Theo, I don't really want to get up there to reveal myself too early on, but there's more than one figure that you can't see from here, from the ground, but from the sky, that circle of stones near the very top of the hill, just back from the large tree, the main entrance is there, and it looks like there are freshly dug graves all around the entrance there, around those standing stones. Saw movement around there. Couldn't catch what it was. I don't want them to see me.
Do we have the ability to funnel them towards us? And then we could burn them all as they're coming in?
Well, yeah, I mean, I could go with the same plan we did last time. I can announce myself as a shapeshifter. They will all come down to try and apprehend me. Bada boom, we throw fireballs. I assume you have several level spell slots remaining, and then we can
I've
take
got
some more.
lots and lots of spell slots. I haven't done anything yet.
Good. Didn't suspect you would have. Why would you have a simple walk from the vineyard to here?
Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing to point out.
Well,
It's itching for a short rest. No.
Might be time for a nap.
we could once again set the same ambush as before. Use myself as bait as they can come funneling down. Hopefully this time more than one comes, and then we blow them up. But if it fails, then all of a sudden we have a fight we probably can't win.
What if we at least try and sneak around to have a bit of a look at what the secret entrance is like? Just to have a look while we're here before.
Is there? Are they at the top of the hill?
So the hill, yeah, at the very, very top of the hill is this enormous tree rising high above the landscape. Just in front of it, slightly down, but towards where you guys are, is the circle of standing stones.
Okay.
Which Lara has said is where the entrance is located.
Let's all go home. They have
up there where I just pinged is where the entrance is.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
But
and that's the tree.
Over near the tree, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the tree is this kind of spindly...
And should there be a whole heap of visible tokens over near that tree?
I'm going to say Lara spots movement around the tree. Like she did say she saw movement. I'm happy for that to be like vague movement where she spotted, because they're just indicatives. That's just to let you know that there's like movement around the tree that she spotted. And I did say saw a hunched over figure at the tree. So you know there's stuff there. That's not a surprise.
Yeah, just making sure we were meant to see those dudes.
It doesn't worry me you seeing little tokens around there. I mean, you know that there's stuff going down there. Lara pointed it out. Oh, sorry, I've lost audio for a second. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. Sorry, lost audio for 2 seconds. Yeah, so Lara pointed out the tree, and you guys saw a figure hunched over it. So I've got no problems with you guys knowing that.
I counter plan. What we all hide in the bushes. Raspip, you announced it yourself that you are there alone to fight the druids because they tried to touch your stuff. They come down to fight you, and we 100% guaranteed jump out to help you.
What do you reckon, Raspip?
Can I do
that sound like your sort of plan?
a insight check? Determine. I would love to do an insight check on that if I can. Please.
Why? That's a weird thing to do.
Yeah, why would you need to inside check that? No, fair enough. That's a 6. Theo, I mean, if you're lying, it's a deception.
Yeah,
if you're not
sounds
lying,
good to me.
persuasion, I guess. But unless it's a natural 1.
No, come on, I wouldn't actually do that. I don't even have that in me for Raspip or no Raspip. Theo would rather be bait himself than even throw him.
Your kindness will be your downfall.
I kind of want to throw you out there now. What do we see? Ambush or stealth?
I think
Raspip is immediately, after having heard that plan, Raspip's already in. So Raspip is taking some steps forward and walking up the hill.
Raspip, you still have a hermit crab in your pocket. What are you doing with that hermit crab?
I do, yes.
Styx is going also.
Cool.
The hermit crab's still in my pocket.
Styx, cool. We stay here. Remember ambush. We need to hide in the bushes.
Okay. As Raspip and Styx begin making their way up the hill, following the rough pathway.
We agreed you had to do it instead. You were in debt for the hill. Raspip did not give you this.
Are you not all one group?
No, Raspip is slightly different.
Oh. I stopped walking.
Discrimination.
I don't know how far I've gotten, but I stopped walking and turned around and started.
Did you get at least all to join the group?
What is happening?
What
are you doing?
This is such a mess.
What is this? I think you're telling Raspip about to die.
Yeah, but Tithla won't understand that, so Tithla's gonna run in.
No, Tithla, no. We're ambushed.
Yeah, when they start fighting, Tithla's gonna have to run in.
Raspip's gonna walk up the hill.
Yeah. As you guys are sort of at the bottom of the hill, at this point, like, Lara in your mind, Theo goes, what the fuck are you guys doing? We have the element of surprise right now as Raspip begins just sort of wandering up the pathway.
I don't know, Lara. I don't know.
Raspip.
The gnome's chaotic.
Raspip, the pathway around the hill, you can see splits into these archways, almost like these branching arcs that go around the border of the hill. Along the edges, you can see what probably were once trees, beautiful trees that have now withered and decayed, leaving nothing but these grayed out husks, trunks, branches broken and drained of all life around the edge of the hill. As you begin making your way up the pathway looks to have been well trodden. You can see footprints, many footprints, including some very, very large crushed sections, which again you probably think were Winter Splinter making his way down out of the hill at some point or another. As you get, I'm going to say probably like 20, 30 feet.
Can Raspip, as he's walking up, do a perception check to see whether or not there's any of these annoying dryads that he spent hours butchering in the last place that we were?
The blights, yeah, you can make me a perception or
The
investigation
blights.
check, your choice.
I would probably be doing an investigation check.
I would like to begin immediately herding all of the
That's
remaining
not-
cats around the side of the hill to try and approach the tree from the closer south end. We're going to just stealth into the tree entrance while Raph is distracting him.
I'm following.
Okay. I'm going to get a group stealth check for all of you trying to be stealthy. Jonor, Luther, Styx, Tithla, and
Tithla is going to then cast
Pass
Pass
Without
Without
Trace.
Trace.
I get
Jonor, Luther, Styx, Tithla,
But-
Theo. I'm going to need stealth checks. Yes, Tithla.
Tithla is only going to move so far as to keep Raspip within line of sight and range.
No, once we start moving, I will tell you what the plan is.
Oh my god. 21 for Luther, natural 20 for Jonor for a total of 22. Natural. Do you have disadvantage, Theo? Or do you have advantage?
No, I accidentally clicked it twice because it's not rolling on.
Unfortunately, I
D&D
can't take the
Beyond,
natural
so yeah,
20.
it'll be the first one, it'll be
I
the
have to
13.
take the 3 because
Yeah,
it's the first
I
one.
know.
Total of 13.
I think
Styx.
it's a green 19 look though.
That's a 4. A green 19 looks weird. That's a 4 Styx. That's a 14. Tithla 7, so that's 17 with the plus 10. Luther and Jonor really carrying the group with 31 and 32 between the two of them. I mean, yeah, Jonor, it's not even that you're particularly stealthy because you're not. Like, you're not a trained hunter. You're not a trained, what would I call this? Like a far traveler. You're a scholar. Like, you're used to tiptoeing around a library. That's it. But weirdly enough, that skill does seem to apply here. More so is your premonition. I mean, you've seen this place in your dream the night before. You know where the dangers are here. And as a result, this place isn't new for you. You know what to look out for. Your mind took in so many details when you viewed this place in your dreams. And as you begin sort of taking the front, guiding the party around, it sounds like you guys are heading down towards the tree line to kind of make your way around towards the south of the tree. Is that correct?
That was my plan. Once Raspip just started going a bit rogue there and didn't wait to flesh out a plan.
Rogue! I did exactly what you told me to do.
I didn't tell you I was
Word for word did what you told me to do.
Simple ideas.
I'm with
Just leave
Andrew.
me go.
I'm with Andrew on this. You did exactly say this as a
There's
plan.
no call to action.
What you
There's
told
no
me.
call to action.
You did specifically say this is what you should do, and Andrew did exactly that. I'm on Andrew's side. I'm on your side, mate.
Yeah.
I'm on your side for this
He
one.
rolled a big old poo-poo.
Thank you.
Of course
Yeah.
he's going to.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Yep.
You
Well,
outlined
well,
specifically a plan and said, this is what we should do. And Raspip went, okay.
and I said I wasn't deceiving with his insight check. I was,
Which made him more likely to follow your plan.
but regardless, yeah, I wanted, as soon as he left and realized I had to make something of our opportunity, I wanted to try and get everyone around the outside
Yeah,
to come
perfect.
around to like here and then make the approach up to the secret entrance in the tree while Raspip is setting fire to druids.
What happens if we don't leave anyone behind?
We
I
have
know
not,
we don't like him, but we don't. We
we're not
shouldn't
leaving
send
him
him
up.
out.
Look, remember what we did at the vineyard where Styx and I went up to the front and we all stealthed around to get a better position? We're doing that now.
No, what?
He's a dangerous gnome. Don't doubt him. This could work out
Are you
well.
lying to Tithla? No,
I'm
Tithla
not-
would just believe you.
I'm also not really lying. It is what we're doing.
But we said we would help him once he starts the fight, and he's about to start the fight.
This will help him with flanking. It's a tactical advantage.
Oh, okay.
And Tithla will then move around to up there and then stop.
No, keep
Okay.
going. We need to keep going. All the way around.
I can't see him any further.
That's okay. You don't need to.
Yeah, but that's how. See,
And she'll hold out her bow.
that's kind of how this one works.
It's a good point. It's a
We-
good
we
point. It's a
don't need
good
to
point.
shoot- We don't need to shoot the same ones that he's fighting. We're going around the back and approaching the secret entrance to try and get in and get the Martikovs out safely while Raspip distracts them. And then we'll go ahead and once you have the Martikov saved, you want to save the Martikovs, right?
Okay, but well, if you're trying to sneak in, then not everyone can go and do that plan.
We can all go do that plan.
Classic tactics are you have to have your main force front up, and then you have a small splinter cell. There's a great.
Well, according to Raspip, he is our main force. So he is the main force. He is all of our destructive power. We go around the back. We have to believe Raspip when he says he's the strongest out of all of us, right? He wouldn't say that if he wasn't the strongest, Tithla.
No, but
You are so full of shit.
This is incredible gaslight. I'm enjoying it a lot. This is like Hindenburg levels of gaslighting right now.
I love it. I love it.
This is a hydrogen fire.
Owen, I have rearranged a bunch of my spell slots and my sorcery points with the bonus actions leading up to this point.
Sick.
Just want to let you know that I'm loaded and ready to go.
Yeah, it's just the spell slots now that are a bit less.
No, we'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
Only used a couple. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need that.
So you agree, Tithla? We have to go, or Raspip will
die for nothing.
He will not die. No, he will not die. Of course, he will not die. He's so strong.
Well, then.
Now, can I stop you guys there? Because you guys have been talking for a good long while.
Yeah,
Raspip is running up the hill and shooting eldritch blasts into the air.
Oh my god. Okay, let's talk through what happens. Raspip, as you get to about 30-40 feet away from this circle of stones, it's as you get to this point, firing eldritch blasts into the air, you really expect there to have been some sort of pushback, right? Like, no one has come to take you out. No, there's no guards near this entrance. This is easy. It's at that moment, as you're sort of getting up to there, the ground on either side of you almost seems to explode outwards. And you watch emerging from hiding within the ground in these like little hidey holes that have been carved out in the ground with a layer of leaves and dead grass on top of them. Unfortunately, your investigation check and perception check was not so great. You watch as two figures burst out of the grass on either side. One of them is what looks like a human man, covered in this bizarre paint, this red dye, which creates these almost like claw marks across his face and down his neck, with a single swirling, almost like a spiral ending in an eye in the very center of his forehead. You can see that he has what look like bones pushed through his lower lip, forming these makeshift tusks out of bone, like almost like these dermal implants that have been jabbed through his skin, dressed in furs, ragged, as he bursts out screaming right in your face and pulls out this bone club that almost looks like a jawbone strapped to a thigh bone, which he then goes to strike into you with. That is a surprise round, and then we're going to get some initiative. So as he does that, Raspip does it's a natural fucking one.
Awesome armor class.
It's a natural one, so don't even worry. As the man bursts out of the hole, I'm going to say, like, as he jumps out, he was aiming for probably a larger person, right? Like the denizens of Barovia haven't seen that many gnomes. They only see gnomes when they come from far places. As he goes to strike you, he's just not used to smashing gnomes in the face with a club. It swings over the top of you, almost taking out his companion across from you, a male druid, very similar to the ones you saw at the Wizard of Wine's Vineyard, as his club like almost grazes the face of this other druid who sort of stumbles back out of the way. I'm going to say that natural one is that's his entire turn. He normally gets a second attack, but I'm going to say it's lost because of the result of that surprise round absolutely fucking it up as he tries to strike you. The druid, however, you watch as he holds out his hands menacingly, these vines beginning to grow up around his wrist. Stranger, what brings you to Yester Hill? As he eyes you off. You have a chance to react, but I am then going to throw us in initiative because I need to know what things are happening and how things are happening.
Is he attacking? Is that what he's doing?
So the figure with the red dye and tattoos and the bone club, it looked like he was trying to strike you to knock you down. Yeah, he swung and missed. Whereas the druid across from him, the far side of you, has this hand ready with vines wrapped around it. It looks like he's pausing for a second. You get the sense that the plan for these two probably was the first one would strike you, knock you to the ground, then the druid was going to tie you up and question you. The strike didn't connect. The druid's kind of a bit off balance, and so he just goes for the question, not really knowing how to do things without you being like. It looks like a plan was meant to be followed and hasn't been followed, and the druid's now improvising.
With my reaction, is it a reaction, or can I just take a step backwards?
I'm happy for you as a reaction to take a step backwards. Just remember that it will take you out of range of this person. I was more thinking like if you wanted to quickly like say...
I'm going to move over to here.
Perfect. Yeah, as you just step away, the druid sort of holds his hands up, making no move. I mean, he's still within range of the berserker. He's not worried about you getting away at this point, tiny gnome. Do you say anything?
Yes, you evil pieces of shit are trying to steal my jewelry, and I won't have it.
I don't even know who you are, as he looks at you.
I'm
and that's a good time to trigger initiative. So
I'm
give me
Raspip, bitch.
So Raspip, could I get you to please click on your token and then click roll initiative? I'm going to get initiative from everybody. If everyone could please roll initiative for me, that would be fantastic. I will roll initiative for Luther, who has also traveled with the party as well.
Don't forget about the hermit crab.
I have not forgotten about the hermit crab. I do not know how we're going to deal with that situation.
Can we please forget about the hermit crab?
No.
Can I make a pitch for map position, please?
Yeah, sure.
Is it where we wanted to go to the whole way around?
Yeah, Tithla's whole thing was about keeping him in, like, line of sight and range, and then as he's moved, I feel Tithla would have continued to move.
If Tithla tried to move out of cover, I would have like physically picked her up.
Not like out of cover, but that continuing around the way that you actually
100%, yes. Then yes, fully on board.
Tithla probably wouldn't have stopped.
The problem is, right,
because
Raspip was making movements a lot quicker than you guys were. His route is a direct one straight up. You guys are going around the outside. I would say that in a best case scenario, you're about here.
Take it.
Yeah,
Done.
In a best case scenario.
Follow-up question.
Yeah.
No, perfect. Done. Follow-up question. Is the scale on this map correct? Like, from a thing... Because if you use your measure, it's like...
300 and something feet.
No, that is a bit off, sorry. Each square should be... Sorry, I'll adjust that. Sorry, each square should be about 10 feet. That's easy to fix.
Okay, cool.
I was thinking he's definitely cooked.
Yeah.
He's 400 feet away.
There you go, try that now.
I was like, I mean, still within my range, that's fine, but the other guys might struggle.
Jonor,
There
you
you
could
go.
just cast, like, Fireball has that range. So you can cast that.
Yeah.
Just look at him die.
Thank you.
That's all working now. You can see that properly.
Perfect.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Okie dokie. I better also quickly roll for the Berserker and the Druid. Also, can we quickly confirm? So we've got 4 initiatives. It looks like we've got Tithla on 24, Jonor on 20, Raspip on 18, Luther on 15, and Theo on 15. Let me just sort those, and I'll quickly roll for the Berserker.
I shit the bed and forgot to click on my token.
That's okay. What was yours, Raph?
16.
We add that for you. Styx, add turn.
I'm still learning how to play.
It's only been how many years
It's hard,
now?
man.
How many years have you been doing this? How many fucking years? That's the Berserker, and then the Druid. All right, we are ready to go. Let me quickly resort those initiatives. Tithla, you are the first to act as you see this all begin to go down.
Given that people can't stop her,
God damn it.
would like to quickly duck to behind this closer tree.
Brilliant, yeah, so
And to
rush
try and
forward.
stay.
Yep.
Yep, hidden there. She will then cast Hunter's Mark on the ugly one that's right next
The Berserker,
to
the
Raspip,
one
I
with
suppose.
we can call him Berserker. You can see that he's got like these tattoos all over his face and
I think ugly one suffices.
Ugly one's fine too. I'll take it.
And then would like to just ready her bow attack to, if it looks like Raspip gets super fucked up or in trouble and needs rescuing, then the ambush that we'd agreed on can happen.
I
Alrighty.
don't know if we agreed on it.
You're right.
Jonor.
The ambush that we decided would happen.
Jonor, it is your turn.
Seeing Tithla runs there. No, we're going to keep going down south. Oh, geez, what are we going to do? Looking back and forth, he then goes, joins Tithla, and sits on the fence line. The line of the trees there.
Yep.
And readies a firebolt to be launched the closest berserker. If Raspip, the condition is Raspip is looking pretty hurt. They both attack him, and it's significant.
Alrighty. The berserker is next. The berserker takes one look at you, Raspip, having missed with the club the first time, and spins around. He's going to make another attack against you. Does a 21
Yes.
Right, that's
Yes.
better. I'm liking this a bit more. That is going to be, 12 points of bludgeoning damage as he smashes into you with the great club.
Okay. Can I use my reaction, please?
Yes.
To, I'm gonna also use a sorcery sorcery slot.
Yep.
To twin spell.
Yep.
Hellish Rebuke on both of the two guys in front of me.
Okay. Good question. Would you be able to hellish rebuke?
I can twin spell it because it's the requirement is that I can't target more than one person.
Yeah.
And I'm choosing the target as the person who's made my reaction against me. So I should, in theory, be able to target both of them with a Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah. I think if I read it as is, I would say it's when a creature targets you, or you take damage from a creature. But and technically the druid hasn't hurt you. But I am also willing to concede that it's pretty clear at this point that he is your enemy. I would allow the spell to be targeted back at him. So even though rules is written, I suspect it probably would be more an interpretation of you have to target someone who has targeted you, and technically the druid hasn't yet.
No, I don't think so.
I'm ruling it's not anyway. I'm ruling it's not anyway. No, but for the spell of Hellish Rebuke, you have to target. But I'm gonna say that the twin spell overrules it, and it's clear these guys are bad guys. So no, it's more for people in. I know that someone is going to probably disagree with my ruling on that one, and I'm just describing why I've made that ruling in more detail. I am sure there is someone who's not a fan of it, but I do think it makes sense that you can do both. You need a dex save from both of my guys, don't you? From the Druid and the
dex
Berserker.
save from both of them, please.
Druid is so good at dex saves, don't you worry. That's going to be a 14 from the Druid. I'm guessing that's a fail. It'd be a fail. Your spell would be higher than 14. DC 14.
Yep, DC fail.
Okay, no, DC 14 it passes. Your DC is 14.
No, I am DC 14. There you go.
Okay, so the Druid does pass. Annoyingly, the Berserker got a natural 20 for a total of 21, so that's also going to be a pass from him too.
Okay, they take 6 each then.
Spam those natural 20s, everybody. 6 damage each.
How much damage was it that I took, Owen?
From 12. Yeah, 12 bludgeoning. Yeah, 6 damage each, so 12 half to 6. As these flames leap out from your hands, Raspip, I also need you to make me a concentration check to see if you maintain the polymorph on the hermit crab in your pocket, please.
Sure. Concentration check.
DC is 12.
Give me 1 sec.
You can make 12.
Yeah, I think it should be fine.
Watch it be a 7. Hang on. What's your constitution? Is it 0?
No, I get a +1 only.
That's an 8, so that's still not enough. As you take this damage, all of you watch as Raspip's pocket explodes, as Stefania rolls out of your pocket and crashes down onto the ground, dazed and confused. I'm going to add her to the map. Oh,
Please
boy.
do.
This is good. There's no way this is going to be a problem. Better add her to the initiative too.
I don't like this.
You don't like this?
No.
Sure.
I like this.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Let me change the side to Wereraven's side, and I'll label it Stefania so you can see her name. Oh, this is great. This is exactly where she needs to be. What's her initiative? That is going to be a Ugh, that's a 4. It's not very good. Cool. Alrighty. That's the Berserker's turn. That's all just reactions from you, Raspip. It is now your turn, Raspip.
All right, Raspip is using 4 sorcery points, and he is casting Polymorph as a twinned spell on both myself and Stefania to turn us both into giant apes.
Let's see if I've got a token for that. I hope I do. Let me check here.
We now have 314 health between the two of us.
That's outstanding. I don't have a giant ape, but I do have a gorillion zombie, which looks so sick. I think we should be using that. It's the coolest token I've ever seen in my life. Is this a large creature? It's a giant ape, so I'm guessing it's a large creature.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Cool.
It's a large creature.
Yeah, let me put that on. And so we'll put one there. I'll quickly move you to the... hang on, let me just quickly give you control of this ape token, Raspip. I'm going to call this... what's a good Raspip monkey pun name that I can do? Got like Reese's monkey, something like that.
It's got to be a boo from Aladdin.
Raschimp.
Raschimp, done.
Raschimp is
Raschimp. And I need one for Stefania too, if that's okay. Raph, I'm looking at you, buddy. You're the best at pun names.
Not on the spot, I'm not.
Sorry. I didn't mean to put you on the
You
spot.
just had a good one.
No, it was left of field. I got away with it.
You did Draken before earlier as well. That was also you.
Alright, so we got Rachimp, and Raspip, and then for Stefania, let's call her...
It's called Monkey Stefania. That's pretty.
I'm gonna call her Staboon. It's the best I can do. I know it's not that great. Apologies. There you go, Staboon. It's as good as Ratchimp, I reckon. Why am I talking myself down? It's as good. All right. Perfect. Raspip, you should now have control of your Ratchimp. Can you double check that for me really quickly?
Give me a sec.
Staboon.
Yes,
Perfect.
I do.
And Staboon still has an initiative of 4. Awesome. Alrighty. So that's your polymorph. Gorilfania is pretty good too. I'm tempted to go Gorilfania. I'm going to change it to Gorilfania. That's better than Staboon.
That's way better.
Yeah, I like it.
Gorilfania. Alrighty. Fania. Okay. Anything else on your turn, Raspip? That is your action and spell and your sorcery points. Did you want to use a bonus action at all?
I'm just trying to find a bonus action for seeing whether a giant ape has any bonus actions that I can use.
Apologies,
I don't think so.
apologies for those who can only see Haz's right ear. He just really likes to move around on the... Let me flip him. Hang on, let me flip him horizontal. Now at least it looks like he's cuddling Jared.
Cute.
He's got to give Jared a little kiss. Let's have a quick look. I need the giant ape stats as well because I'm going to be using it for Stefania.
It's a hell of a stat block.
It's a hell of a stat block. I'm just looking now. This is really going to be fun. It's basically King Kong.
Yeah.
How tall are they?
They're a
Like
huge
15
beast.
feet, maybe?
If they're huge, hang on.
What level is Raspip doing this shit? Maybe he is the strong. Maybe we didn't need to help him.
So
It's huge. Sorry, huge.
yeah, if it's a huge
It's 3 by
creature,
3. Owen, apologies.
yeah, they need to be bigger. A huge creature is like
Yeah, sorry, 3 by 3 each.
So
Holy shit.
so for context, it's
Just
like
puts that bow back down.
25, 30 feet tall is in answer to your question. If it's a huge creature, it's like 20 feet tall. 20 feet tall. That's amazing.
We've only got a strength of 23 each.
Only.
That's 46 total.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, I think that's your turn, Raspip. I don't think there's anything else you can do as a bonus action, unfortunately. But
Yeah, I got nothing else I can do.
That's a hell of a turn. Alrighty, moving on to it looks like Styx is up next.
Can I try to keep track of which one of these monstrosities is Gorilfania?
Sure. Yeah. I'd say that Raspip's giant ape has his little beard and moustache.
I hate that.
Still in place on the gorilla. And his little hat too. I'm going to say the hat in ruling as well. The hat's still on the top of his head. Like there's like this curl of like little hair at the top where the monkey hair is, and there's just a little hat on it that's still gnome-sized. For Stefania, her gorilla's hair and fur has this kind of like feather-like quality to it down around the head, almost like this mane of black feathers to make it really obvious which one's Gorillfania.
Okay. I'm going to move...
You hear from Gorillfania, she looks down and sees herself in this giant gorilla form.
I will move
Sorry,
my
neighbours.
30 feet, which you said this is 10 feet each? Oh,
Yeah.
that's not working.
You should be able to just
Why
use
is
your...
it
You can
not?
use your little arrow keys if you want to move yourself.
Oh.
Once you've clicked on your token.
Okay.
And each one's 5 foot.
Each one's 5 foot.
Each time you click your arrow tokens, it's 5 foot. So each square is 10 feet.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
I know. It's
I did it.
math.
I've played this before.
Yeah. Professional streamers, professional players. As you begin rushing up towards Ratchimp and Gorillfania, what would you like to do, Styx?
First things first, what's the... Oh, that's still so far away. Okay. I am going to hold an action for if a bad guy gets within 30 feet of me.
Okay. And you'll attack them, I'm guessing.
I'm going to cast a spell. Yeah.
Alrighty. Theodore, it is your turn. Do you want to wild shape into a giant chimp? Wait. Sorry.
Didn't seem called for.
I don't know. That was harsh, wasn't it? Sorry about that.
Yeah, no.
I guess I haven't used a vicious mockery in a while, and I figured it was time.
Yeah. Sick. Would I have seen that fly out as Stefania from where I am, or would I have just seen two giant chimps just spawn out of thin air?
It was pretty quick. You would have seen Raspip's breast pocket tear and a figure fall onto the ground and then immediately grow in size to a giant ape. The thing you got to keep in mind too is you guys are down the slope, looking up the slope. If Stefania rolls out onto the ground from the pocket after being a hermit crab, she was prone and then she was turned into a giant ape. So probably wouldn't have seen it. Do you want to make me a perception or investigation check and let's see if you did see her? Take this as a free action.
Actually, that's a good point because I probably, if I
same.
didn't see her, I wouldn't have done the same thing. But
Styx,
I've
you
got
did
a
the same.
passive of 15, if that helps.
Do you want to roll me a
Always looking, right?
Yeah, do you want to roll me a perception or investigation too, Styx? Your choice.
Okay.
I don't think I've rolled above like a bloody 4 this whole game.
That's pretty nuts. So that's a 9 from you, Theo. Let's have a quick look. What have your rolls been tonight? It got 7. You've got a 15 for your initiative.
Oh, well, yeah, the initiative.
3 for your stealth. 14 for your persuasion.
That's with the bonus though.
That was with the bonus.
Yeah.
Styx, perception 12. Styx, I'm going to say that you don't actually see it, Stefania, but you do see... I say you probably don't recognize it as Stefania. You do see this figure roll out and then suddenly turn into a giant gorilla as Raspip casts this magic. Theo, you've got no idea. Suddenly there's 2 giant apes. Raspip has somehow wild-shaped into 2 giant apes.
It's probably okay then.
Remember, you can talk to the party as a free action too. Talking is a free action.
Yeah, I'd say he can.
Happy
he
to
can
shout out
clone
the
giant
podcast.
apes.
Talking is a free action.
He is safe. Continue with the plan. Do not lose our element of surprise, and I will. At this stage, I will wild shape into my Bjornling form for the extra movement speed that brings.
Brilliant. I will bring your Bjornling token across. And where would you like to run to?
I'll just continue to run around the outside, trusting that Raspip is causing enough of a distraction that I can run a bit more freely. So I'll just dash around the outside, trying to stay in as much cover as possible.
Perfect. All right, so you should have full control of Bjornling Theo, and I'll quickly add an initiative that matches your initiative, so it's easy to see there, and we can use your Theo one. Done. Alrighty. Anything else on your turn, Theo?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So you can move quite a distance. Let's say that's probably your turn, hey?
No, I just do that, and after giving the clear directive to everyone, including Styx and Jonor, who moved forward, to do this. Up to them if they do. I'm sticking to this course of action. Fuck it, if we die, we die.
Easy done. We almost lost Luther's action in there because of the way the tokens work. So I'll put Luther after you, Theo, if that's okay, and we'll do Luther's turn next. Luther, hearing your directions, looks at Styx, Jonor, and Tithla goes, "We gotta run. 100% they're okay. Look at the fucking huge apes. They'll be fine. We gotta get in and rescue the Mardykovs before the druids decide to do something nasty to them in the depths of the caverns." And with that, Luther's going to use his action to dash as well. He'll rush after you. He can almost get up to you. There you go, move down a little bit. Alrighty. That is Luther's full turn. Grilfania. Grilfania is going to do a multi-attack with her fists. She is going to pound both of these people hard. That's going to be she's going to fist... she's going to fist both of them.
Actually, we do have the content warning.
We do have the content warning. She's going to fist both of them. The attack is called fist. I'm not making this up. That's a 23 against the druid and an 18 against the berserker.
Didn't have to pound hard.
She does have to pound hard. It says the gorilla. Let me pull open the thing. It says the gorilla using its fist attack.
Literally what it
pounds
says.
hard. Yeah. The 8 makes 2 fist attacks and pounds hard.
It's a double fist, I think.
It's a double fisting.
Yeah, double fist, I'm pretty sure.
The 8 makes 2 fist attacks. Why are people asking for HR in chat? We don't have a HR. There's no point asking for them. I am the HR. That is going to be 3d10 plus 6 plus 6 bludgeoning damage. I'm choking on that damage. It's intense. That's going to be 20 damage against the druid and 32 damage against the berserker. You watch as she reaches down and squashes the druid flat with a single punch, just splatters the druid into strawberry jam as she crushes this druid. I will take him off the initiative. He only had... that's him, God. He dead. The second attack against the berserker doesn't seem to do as much damage. It seems like the berserker might be somewhat resilient against this type of damage, but as she smashes down and punches the berserker, he takes it a bit more like a champ. That is more like a chimp. That is Grilfania's turn. Next up we have the druid. He dead. Next up we have Tithla at the top of the round. Sorry, before we get to Tithla, at the end of the round, as the druid is killed and smashed underneath Grilfania's fists, you see the stones around the edge of the stone circle begin to glow, and as storm clouds begin to gather over the surface of the druid circle, you watch as this bolt of lightning strikes down. Jonor, could you please roll me a D100?
That's bad.
No, lightning's good.
27. The lightning strikes...
27 druids appear.
27. Oh, this will be fun. It's fucking Clash of the Titans. As the lightning bolt strikes down against the center of the stone circle, you watch as the ground underneath begins to writhe and shift, emerging from the dirt, cracking the earth open. An enormous tree begins to emerge, a very familiar looking tree. As you see the form of Winter Splinter emerge from inside the earth once again. As Winter Splinter emerges from the earth, Winter Splinter is going to... I'll quickly add him to the initiative.
Teeny tiny.
This is fun. I know, compared to the fucking apes, it's really disappointing. Although I do like that we get a bit of a Clash of the Titans. This is sick. I always wanted to have like a... that's what Return of the Giants is all about. That's what I'm looking forward to with Return of the Giants, is having like all of these like giant forms begin to take on each other. Let me just roll for initiative.
When and how can people watch that?
They can watch it on Wednesday nights live on Twitch or on YouTube. YouTube/@TheLostArchivesDnD. That is going to be a initiative for Winter Splinter. It's a 2. So technically, Winter Splinter now has to wait an entire round to do anything. Tithla, top of the round, it is your go.
Nice.
Top it around here. Your go. Your go, Tithla.
Top it around here.
Top it around here, Tithla. Your go. Probably this is insensitive or rude to be doing to people, but whatever.
I really hope it is.
If I can get away with my accent, you can do that.
It's true.
Nobody said you're getting away with your accent.
Yeah, I've had several complaints.
It only works because we don't know where it's from.
Tithla, what you doing?
Sorry, Raph got me.
That was good. That was rough.
I think Tithla's just gonna move down and yeah, the circle seems to be a thing, so that's sort of where she's going to try and be and hide.
Tithla, I'm going to stop you right there. Oh, you've already stopped yourself there. That's fantastic. Tithla, as you stop there, as you get in line with this very blighted-looking tree, this blighted-looking plant.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. There's a moment as you swear you can see it almost shiver in anticipation as you get too close to
Isn't
it.
that a song from a thing that we talked about? One
Probably,
time?
yeah. It's one of those things that hasn't aged as well. As you get too close to this twig blight, it is going to get a surprise round against you as you move into its threatened space. It is going to make a strike against you. Does a... No, a 9 doesn't hit you. Tithla, as this thing shivers and then tries to attack you, it just misses. Your light, nimble form dodging out of the way. You may continue taking your turn as well.
Okay. It's right in front of her. She wasn't expecting that. She will use her dagger to stab it. I think that's the best thing to do.
Fantastic.
Or, she'll use her longbow. She's already got it out. She's ready. We're just going to let loose a shot. She has disadvantage on this, though, I assume.
Yeah. If you got someone within 5 feet like that threatening you. 21's a good start. 16's still good.
16.
Who are you aiming at? The blight that's just popped up in front of you?
Yeah, the one that just tried to slash me.
7 damage.
Very nicely.
Tithla, you go into Ultra Instinct mode. As this creature suddenly shivers and moves towards you, you just knock an arrow right through the heart. As it cracks through the center of this blight, you watch as the arrow slices through and the blight falls apart in seconds, disappearing into nothingness as you immediately take it out. Not even blinking.
Having dealt with this, Tithla wants to quickly scan the other bushes for anything that looks like it may be a blight and then shoot her second arrow at that.
Big tree? Or anything that might look like a blight?
Nah, the small ones around her that might look like blights.
Make me a perception or investigation check, your choice. This is I'm happy to take this as a free action as you quickly use this moment of bullet time as you quickly trigger VATS and begin scanning.
Perception +5 or 7.
7.
Baby.
The Pit Boy highlights no enemies within range. All seems fine.
Mm-hmm. What about VATS though? How does that?
Yeah, no, that's the VATS is in the Pit Boy, so the Pit Boy identifies no enemies within range. So
I just wanted to throw another term out there. Felt like I was part of the team. That was all.
I mean, if you'd taken some more Jet or Psycho, you still got another. Don't you have another attack with your longbow?
2.
Yeah, you used 1.
Well, the first one was to kill it, and the second one. Oh, well, I mean, we're not going to wait. No, because then she's going to keep hiding. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
I said that in my head. She was like, we're just trying to deal with any of the things around her, and we don't want to give away our position yet. Jacob's also going to then move down.
I figured, Jacob was kind of sticking to the shadows too. Jonor, it is your turn next.
Following in Tithla's footsteps, he ducks down, crouching, sort of scurrying along the bush line there, staying out of sight. That's all that he does.
Alrighty, full action dash. Brilliant. The Berserker. Berserker is going to... can you roll me a d4, please? 1, 2 is Raspip, 3, 4 is Gorilfania. Raschimp, sorry. Could you roll me a d4? Let's see who he goes after. 4, it's going to go after Gorilfania. As he watches the Berserker. To be fair, Gorilfania did punch him in the face. He pulls out his bone club and goes to attack her. That is going to be a 9. That does not hit. As he smashes it with all his might into Gorilfania's chest, you watch as she just looks down and then looks back at him, and you hear this as she eyes him off. That's all the Berserker does. Raschimp. What would you like to do, Raschimp?
Raschimp is going to make a double fist attack at the Berserker.
Yeah, nice. Pound them hard.
Double fist.
So that is a 20 for the first one and a 16 for the second one.
Yeah, because it's +9. They both hit. 3d10
And then
plus
I'm
6.
just going to roll 60 10s, yeah?
Yeah, and then you can add 12.
31
Plus 12.
12, 43 damage.
Even halved for non-magical bludgeoning damage. How do you want to do this? How do you do it?
Raspip is basically just going to pick him up and just smash him into the ground a bunch of times.
Fantastic. As you completely destroy this berserker, slamming him into the standing stones and then tossing his mangled corpse, I'm assuming just like tossing it like down the hole as a message to those below. As you like toss it down the hole, this like broken and beaten corpse. Do you cry out? Do you do like a gorilla pound of your chest? What do you do?
You almost hear the words Raspip, but it's Raspip, just like incredibly loud. Monkey scream, trying to yell his own name. Raspip.
As that echoes out across the hill, the eerily silent hill, you're very certain this distraction is going to be working well.
Now, Raspip realizes that there seems to be something going on with this magical circle.
Yeah.
And Raspip is going to move towards it and start making every effort on future turns to rip it down.
So just like to tear apart the stones that make up this this ritual circle. Cool. Easy. Very nice.
So Raspip's gonna move to here.
Yeah.
And then just start going at it.
As an action next turn, I'm more than happy to have your action be demolish stone circle, and we'll do it as a athletics check. You will have advantage. It's a +9, so don't even worry.
My plan, Owen.
Yeah.
Owen, is if you have a look at the giant ape stat block, I have rocks as a ranged weapon.
Yeah. You're going to use these as the rocks.
My plan is just hurl the circle at people. Yeah.
I figured. Gorillfania had the same idea. As soon as I saw the stone circle, and I saw the throw rock. I was like, this could be an interesting combo. Styx, you watch as on top of the hill, Gorillfania and Raspip utterly annihilate these two druids.
Can I try and get some sort of understanding of where the fuck these two chimps suddenly came from?
Yeah, I'll get you to roll me.
Do I have any comprehension of what's going on here?
I'm happy for it to be Arcana or Investigation, I would say. Oh, so Arcana or Perception, sorry.
I have also just shouted out Raspip.
Raspip.
I don't know if that would help you understand it all.
That's why I'm allowing Perception as an option.
Yeah.
Oh, same as last time.
12. I mean, one of them's definitely Raspip. It just called out its own name, albeit with like a monkey's jaw. But the second one, you've got no idea, but it does seem to be on your side.
Cool. All right. Well, that looks like it's under control then. So I'm going to not do what I was going to do and try and back away from this whole situation as slowly and quietly as possible.
Fantastic. As you, I'm guessing, use your action to dash and join the others? No?
I will, yes.
Cool. Luther is going to do the same thing, action dash up past you, Theo, making his way around the edge of the circle, trying to get closer to the tree. That is his full go. Theo, it's your go. I'm guessing. Same story.
Yep.
Brilliant. So you may move yourself as you see fit.
8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Cool. Interesting turns abound.
I know, isn't it great fun? Gorillfania is going to... Oh, what will Gorillfania do? Oh yeah, she's gonna grab one of the stones and hurl it at Wintersplinter, the tree that destroyed her home. She's gonna make a ranged attack against Wintersplinter. That's gonna be a +9 to hit. That's 25 as she tears out a fragment of stone just outside the area of the ritual circle, one that's just right in front of her. She just reaches down, pulls out a section of stone, and then hurls it at Wintersplinter. As it strikes into Wintersplinter, Wintersplinter takes 31 points of bludgeoning damage from this rock. This is incredible. Theo's looking at this like, when can I turn into a giant ape? Is that what you're thinking?
Cool.
Not too many levels away. Winter Splinter on his turn is going to move up towards both of you and is going to make some attacks against you. Raspip does a
Probably. It's really low
28
AC,
hit you.
really.
I'm guessing that does.
Yes, it does.
Wow, that's brutal. That's going to be a 16 bludgeoning damage from the tree blight. And could I please get a Constitution saving throw for your concentration check to keep the polymorph up?
Yes, you may. 15.
15. That is just enough. That is the DC, seeing as the damage you took was 15. You are still Raspip. That is clutch, though. The second attack is going to be a 19 to try and wrap Gorilfania up in roots. That does hit. Gorilfania needs to make a... No, she's just grappled until she... No, she has... Yep, so she's grappled. That's it. She's grappled. On her turn, she can make a strength check. The druids. So, the druid that was dead... You watch as emerging from the tree line over towards the large dead tree at the very center of the hill, at the very top of the hill. You watch as a small figure steps forward, very similar to the druids you saw at the winery. As he holds aloft one of those staves, the blighted staff that you saw, all of the blights surrounding the edge of the tree begin to rush forward on his turn as they rush forward into the ritual circle, making their way towards these enormous chimpanzees, these enormous apes that have attacked the core. They're going to use their full movement to dash, which almost gets them all into position as they rush into the circle. That is the druid's go, and at the end of the round, you watch as another bolt of lightning strikes down on the ritual circle. Haz, could you roll me a D100, please?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. I love how through the course of the Fallout TV show, the okie dokie takes on a much more sinister meaning when she says it, doing horrific stuff. 82. Okay, 82. Okay.
82 is just like a bunch of puppies, right?
What was that, sorry?
Just a bunch of puppies?
It's funny you say that, Jacob, because as you hear a howl ring across the... No, it's not werewolves. As funny as that would be and as appropriate as that would be. You watch as emerging from the cave in the very center of the circle, as the lightning bolt strikes down, rather than hitting anything inside the circle, it instead splits as it hits the top. And rather than this blast of lightning striking the ground, instead it forms this spinning spiral of energy as ball lightning hovers above the cave before dissipating, fading away into nothingness. A low hum rings out as all the standing stones in the center of the circle begin to resonate with the frequency of this lightning bolt. You hear this, and as that pressure begins to build and the tone begins to build in volume, you hear these whoops and cries as from beneath the hill, two more berserkers rise up from underneath the ground, rushing forwards. I will roll initiative for the berserkers. Oh, actually, I'm happy to have them go on the berserker turn. That's already rolled up. No sense rolling again. Oh, I'll roll again. It seems cheap. Let me roll again. Take the berserker off the issue. Let's roll again for the berserkers.
Yeah, you're cheap.
It's cheap. That is a 20. It's even better than the other one. Sick. That is the end of that round. Tithla, it is your go.
Tithla turns to Jonor and says,
there's kind of a lot going on there now. For good and for bad. Should we help them yet?
There really is a lot there. There is a juicy shadow just asking to be cast there.
Also, why is the lightning happening? How can we stop that?
Would have we seen the stones hum?
Yeah. You can hear
Obvious
them.
enough.
You can hear and feel it resonating in your chests, the hum of the standing stones.
Yeah, rocks, special rocks, the special druid area. We're gonna break those rocks if we want to stop it.
Do we want to help?
Look, if you got some ale, if you can hit heaps of them at the same time, then do it. If not, go with Theo.
But they need our help.
So do the Markovs.
Are you gonna stay here and look after them?
I'm not sure. I might drop a spell and keep going.
Somebody needs to stay.
This will take another step to be the other side of the bush, and she'll just hold her action.
What's your trigger?
If it looks like somebody's starting to get overrun.
Tithla's going to start attacking.
Yeah, if it looks like the apes are starting to get overrun, or like that sort of thing.
Cool, easy done. Berserkers. The berserkers are going to rush forward. One for each of the gorillas, one for each of the great apes. Raspip does a. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Raspip does a. 12 hits you. 12 is the armor class. Just hits. I'll roll for.
12 is my AC, yes.
12 just hits. That is going to be 5 points of damage against Raspip. Could I please have another Constitution saving throw, Raspip, to maintain your concentration on your
just to be
polymorph?
clear, the concentration check, is that 10 or
10.
half the damage, whichever's higher?
Yeah. So 10 is the DC, 10 is the number he just rolled. Again, very clutch. Any moment now, you're going to watch as Raspip and Stefania suddenly aren't. Grillfania aren't. And this is going to be really, really bad. Unless Raspip's just going to keep doing this. Is that your plan? Is just perpetual polymorph great apes? I think it is. Can I insight check that shaking of the head?
Yes, you can.
Grillfania also takes a hit.
I might throw a fireball out there between turns, but yeah.
Fair. Grillfania also takes a hit. She takes 8 damage from the club as this bone club strikes into her, really like looking down in disdain as she hoots and hollers. Jonor, it is your turn next.
So I need to know, is each square 5 or 10 feet?
Each square is 10. As you move, you'll only be moving 5 feet at a time with your curses, with your arrow keys. I've set it up so like the grid that you see is 10, and then the individual squares that you can't see are 5. Just to make life easy to move around.
Sure. He cannot get within distance without putting himself in danger. He's going to continue going south. Spends his movement going there, dash down. So that's 4, 5, 6. I think it's a little bit further. He's going south. And that's it for Jonor.
Brilliant. Alrighty. Raspip. What's the plan?
Raspip is getting really surprised that nobody's really jumping into combat yet. He thought he had friends, but no, I guess not.
No, he didn't.
Okay. How beefy is the tree thing looking?
One of its branches was broken off by a rock from Stefania. It looks like that really hurt it. It's still going strong. It looks like it's only lost one of its branches. If I was to go on like a percentage wise, you'd see 4 more large branches in position.
Yeah, okay.
That's as bad as ribs. Let's be honest.
It's worse. It's way worse because I'm doing it, and I've taken a moral stance against this every other episode, and now I've just caved. It's because I'm acutely aware that we've got a member of the party as a giant ape smashing shit, and then the rest of the party creeping around trying to get to a location. Just I feel bad about it.
If only Raspip had listened.
Yeah. What's up, Andrew?
Raspip did what he was told.
A little too much.
I think that's the joke. I think that's the joke Raph's going for.
My giant ape has got multi-attack, but I can see that it's only got multi-attack with its fist attacks.
Only
not
with the
its rock
fists.
attack.
That's right, yeah.
In the event that I was wanting to grapple, could I force the tree to go prone on the one turn? Can I grapple and then shove?
How do you make a tree go prone?
Yeah, I was going to say, that is going to be a bit of a challenge.
I just bend the tree.
Bend the tree.
I love it.
Yeah.
If wind can do it, a giant ape can.
So the problem is, right, that the grapple and the shove aren't attacks, they're special actions. So you've got an action, which is one of your actions is to do that multi-attack.
Yeah.
So unfortunately not.
No,
so
I'm just gonna beat the shit out of the
just
tree.
punch
That's
the
fine.
tree. Yeah.
That's fine.
As
Let's
you
just punch
fist
tree
the
some
wood,
more, that's all.
as you fist the wood with two hands, let's see some attacks come through.
Yeah.
Sometimes when the trunk is that broad, you do need two fists. That's
Okay.
well known.
First one, nat 20.
Holy shit.
That's a crit.
That's gonna be
crit and a
spicy.
17.
So we do the better criticals, which for those of you who aren't
Does
aware,
the 17 hit?
17 still hits the tree. Yeah. So we got to do the better criticals first. So can you roll the 3d10? Can you do them as 3d10 and then 3d10? Because we're going to have to do these separately. So you're already starting off on the crit by doing 30 damage.
All right.
This is going to be bad. This is going to be really bad for the tree. Okay, so that's 42 points of damage plus 6.
So
that's 48
that's the
points of
first
damage
one.
for the crit.
And that's the second one.
And then the second one is 8. Wow, that's terrible for the 3d10. So that's 8 plus 6.
56, 62 damage?
Yeah. 8 plus 6 is another
Sorry, how many
14
branches
damage.
are left
62
now?
total?
Holy shit. As you deal just a crap load of damage as you punch off three more branches from the tree. You can see it's looking pretty sparse in the upper boughs, if you know what I mean.
Now, Raspip is going to move away.
I think I'm going to have to insist that you are Raschimp while
So
you're in
that's
this form.
10 foot that I'm wrapped up.
I think... No, we're going to have to insist that you're Raschimp while you're in this form.
Yeah.
So refer to yourself as Raspip.
Yeah, you have to refer
So
yourself
Owen-
as Raschimp. Yeah.
Okay, Raspip's gonna go. So he was here.
Yeah.
So my logic is, I'm trying to move. How do I set this for distance?
You can just use the measuring tool. How far do you want to go?
Each square is 10 foot. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Each of the big squares is 10
I want to
feet,
go
yeah.
40 feet.
Oh, that's easy. Just go 4 of the big squares. So as you move away from Winter Splinter and the Berserker, they'll
Okay.
both get an attack of opportunity.
1, 2.
The Berserker doesn't hit. That's an 11. The Tree Blight is going to try and grasping root you. It's going to try and lock you in and grapple you as you try and move away. 10. Doesn't hit.
Can it grapple me? I'm more than 2 sizes bigger than it.
It's got a special ability with its grasping root. It can. The grasping root can grapple. Because the roots basically grow around the target. I'll quickly pull open the thing, but it can grapple... It can grapple any creature, regardless of size,
Okay.
the way the root works.
Contested strength check.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't hit you, so you're fine. It doesn't... its attack was a 10. Your armor class is
misses
12.
it. Okay.
Misses anyway, so you're all good. Alrighty. Anything else
Cool.
on your turn, Raschimp? Nah, you're done, aren't you?
No, that's it for Raspip. He's all out.
Styx.
I mean, there's a lot going on up there.
There is. There is a lot going on up there.
Um,
Oh, that's so funny. I've still got the
Yeah.
Tarokka cards on the overlay. Let me remove the Tarokka cards. That's hilarious.
I'm going to dash up the hill. There's too much going on for Styx.
Fair enough. Don't worry about that. I accidentally drew a Tarokka card while I was getting rid of it. Styx. Are you going to dash up to help?
I am. Yeah.
Amazing. As you dash up towards the stone circle, Styx, you can see these figures emerging. These like creatures and constructs made of vines, writhing and moving as they emerge from the tree over towards the south of the hill. At the moment, they look like they're all heading for Gorilfania and Raschimp.
Okay.
Great, easy done. Theo, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to start heading inland. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to make a bolt to there.
Brilliant. Yep. As you move around, you do not encounter any blights. There seems to be Nothing impeding your way. It looks like a lot of attention is focused on the two giant apes duking it out with the... I mean, not to quote Disco Elysium again, but there's two giant apes duking it out on the hill. That's, Theo, full turn. Anything else on your turn?
Yep.
Sick. Luther does the same. Luther runs over behind you. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30 as he rushes up behind you, keeping pace, making sure that he can get close to you. Grilfania is going to make attacks against the Berserker and Winter Splinter. That is going to be a... that's going to be a... Oh my god. It's a natural 20 against Winter Splinter. That's going to be 50 points of damage against Winter's... You watch as Grilfania reaches forward with two hands, grabs Winter Splinter, picks it up and tears it in half, pounding sections of the wood into her chest. She goes... just destroys the Winter Splinter. Fuck, that's a 145 HP. Does not last as long as it used to. Just does not last.
This economy?
She tears apart Winter Splinter and then looks towards the small berserker. I'm going to make a fear check for the two berserkers watching their tree god torn apart in front of them. That's an 18.
Easily apart in front of them.
Easily, yeah. No, it's an 18. They're I'm going to say they're berserken mind. That's a word. They're mind-addled by the rage in which they find themselves, the concoction of mushrooms and belladonna and nightshade they've taken, causing them to lose all higher order thinking and not really realize this is a threat. Grilfania follows up with another fist. That's going to be a 23 to hit, because of course it is, and that's going to be 24 points of damage as she punches one of the berserkers in the face. It seems like he takes a bit less damage from this, though. That is Grilfania's go. The Druid's go is to continue summoning the Blights forward. You watch as the Blights begin to head towards Grilfania, some of them curving off and making their way towards Raspip. So 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, almost up in range to your Raspip for those Blights. These ones do get in range of Grilfania, crawling over the stones. This very animalistic form as their vine-like bodies just allow them to climb up the side as they drop over and begin engaging Grilfania. That is going to be a 9 doesn't hit, 10 doesn't hit, natural 1 doesn't hit. You watch as one of the blights falls off the top of the standing stones and smashes into the ground underneath it. Wow, that is a bad sequence of rolls. It's almost like all my good rolls are being used up on Grilfania. This is really disappointing for me. That is the end of the round. As we get to the end of the round, Styx, could you please roll me a D100, please?
Oh, yeah, I could do that for you.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, Raph. Roll me a good one. 93. There is no lightning. You watch as the storm clouds above lightninged out for the moment. No blast, no change. There seems to be no progression of whatever this ritual circle is. And that is where we are going to wrap up for tonight, mainly because I do want to have this combat with Luther here as much as possible, with Jared as much as possible, and I'm going to be having the party split across 2 maps at the beginning of the next session, because I think we're going to get Theo, Luther, and the rest of them basically down underneath the tree roots literally on the next turn. Theo, you're like, what, 30 feet away, 40 feet away?
Wow.
10, 20, 30 feet away? Yeah! So I'm going to get you across 2 maps, which means we're going to have to figure out a dual map system, so switching between them smoothly and coherently as we have a ultimate split the party. So split, they're on 2 battle maps at the same time. It's going to be great.
I like making your job easy.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. What a session. I did not see the dual polymorph, the twinned polymorph giant ape play coming. I was expecting something very different, and I had counted on something very different. Just not see this coming.
Oh, and I do want to say thank you. I know earlier in this session you were saying you'd scaled the combat down a touch.
Yeah.
Because we were 1 person down. So yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a good level combat, and nobody here is being embarrassed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to take those words at face value and not read into them. Just for your information, as soon as the giant apes emerged, I rescaled back to where it was before and added an extra level because 2 giant apes does change things somewhat. So essentially the way that I was scaling this one really easily was using the lightning of the ritual circle. I've got different things happening at different percentages. I just literally adjusted the percentages by 4% in every direction to make it slightly more common that things would happen. But even with a 93, nothing's happening on that. That's a no lightning round, shall we say. Oh my god, what a session. I'm looking forward to the artwork of Rash Chimp. I think I'm gonna need to do this I'll see if I can do some photoshopping of like Raspip's face, maybe just Raspip's beard and hat on the giant ape image with like maybe Theo underneath looking up with jealousy, seething with spite. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. It's been wonderful having you all here once again. I'll quickly see if there are any fun friends to raid tonight. I think normally we do raid. Who do we normally raid on a Monday night for D&D? Doesn't look like any of our normal friends are out doing D&D, so let's go raid another group. It looks like Strawberry Kiss is doing a session 0 of D&D. That'll be great to go and jump in and give them some love. They've currently got 5 viewers, so let's give them some love. We will go and get that raid started. If you're watching us on YouTube or on or listening to us on the podcast, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. That's been it's been fantastic having you all join us. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Always helps us out. And now that YouTube podcasts and YouTube music are the same thing, thanks YouTube for merging those two services and getting rid of one of my favorite podcast platforms. Now when you do a like and subscribe on the YouTube music, it's the same as doing it on YouTube. Goes across the two platforms. If you are enjoying the Curse of Strahd sessions, I do also recommend you check out the playthrough of Disco Elysium. It is a lot of fun, and it's an RPG that has very similar dark and fun, crazy vibes to our Curse of Strahd campaign. But it's just me, basically being Grinner. I forgot to tell you, Raph, the voice I chose for the amnesiac alcoholic detective is Grinner. So every time he sort of have to do his part of the dialogue, he sounds like this. I hope that's okay that I stole Grinner's voice for that. Because one of my favorite lines that made me think of it is when the detective walks past some spilt rum. Electrochemistry, the skill that deals with your addiction to alcohol and drugs, goes, someone spilt some rum. Yummy, yummy rum. I just thought that's such a Grinner, such a subconscious Grinner thought to have. Lick it. And that you have to then do a check to not lick up the rum spilt on a table. And I was like, that's Grinner. I can't get out of it. It's Grinner.
That's brilliant. I'm going to check that out.
It's so good. It's so much fun. Awesome. But look, thank you so much, everybody. It has been wonderful having you all here once again. We will see you all again soon. But until then, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you all again next time. Farewell, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Bye.